different. Couldn't afford to stop and go, I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot.
It's week. Deebo Samuel. He's coming off one of the best weeks we'll ever see. Well over 200 yards receiving. It's the Giants and the Commanders under the lights on Sunday night.
We have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin alongside my broadcast. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The numbers for him from a week ago: 25 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And no time now.
To throw is Watson. And this is caught by Watkins. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains. The Giants at 4-5, a game under 500. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, yeah.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time. To try again after the sack. Watson. And he will find his man Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
From the 50, it's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Out to the right here to Shepard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Shifts by him. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Up the gut, McCaffrey. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
New York set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Watson on third down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he will have a Giants first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, you gotta snap it. You gotta snap it.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From the 29, Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. 9 yards that time.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
On first down, it's Watson. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his left. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Tannehill. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Washington. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Watson now to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. After the run, Watson going to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. Here's Watson. He completes it to Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Watson looks to throw again. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7.
So that one at 8. Span 75 yards. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
That is caught at the 7. Touchdown! Sterling Shepard from 19 yards away.
And the Commanders have moved out in front.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage a quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now too.
Yeah, a little bit of a cat and mouse game.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Pass complete on the out route to Beckham.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now Watson going to sneak it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Open man is Samuel, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the draw, this is Barkley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson wide open as Watkins. He's got it.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down.
And the Giants have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
So halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this 3rd quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the 1st half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the 1st half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
He was held without a catch in the 1st half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Tannehill. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. McCaffrey running up the middle, gets around him.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Christian McCaffrey.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list
as they have taken the lead. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back one, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
That one goes for 30 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
18 more yards there and another first.
You're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, from busting this open, that's a good start for him.